they lose all their accounts, not just the coin company account. They lose their business account, they lose their personal accounts. Their credit lines are all shut down for some reason.
Do you have any suspicions why it would be happening? Hey everyone, Metal Scholar here. Today we're back at the Coin Corner in Placentia, California to have another conversation with Dave. I have a ton of questions for him today, so let's get into it. Okay, so I was going to bring in some Goldbacks. Have you heard of Goldbacks?
Yes, I have.
So what do you think about Goldbacks as far as is it something that stackers should stack, or do you think it's more of a novelty right now?
I think it's a novelty thing. I don't think a lot of people like them, they collect them because they collect those things, but I don't think it's, in my opinion, the greatest investment. The pure gold's a much better thing.
Do you ever imagine California going for that?
No.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's like you can't walk in a store and spend it. They're not going to know what it is.
Those 3 coin shop owners that found their bank account suddenly shut down without any prior notice or explanation. Do you have any reaction to that?
I'd like to know more about it because I've talked to some bankers, and the only thing they tell me is maybe their money laundering policy wasn't up to date. And the balance could be too much cash going in versus credit cards or checks. And if you're depositing a lot more cash, then that's a red flag. And so that could be part of the problem.
Do you have any concern about that?
Oh yeah, I'm concerned about it. Just because if it is a trend that's going to happen, what can they do to all of us? Because they lose all their accounts, not just the coin company account. They lose their business account. They lose their personal accounts. Their credit lines are all shut down for some reason.
Do you have any suspicions why it would be happening?
Well, honestly, no. And like I say, unless there's too much cash flowing, that because that's like the marijuana stores. They can't have bank accounts because it's all cash business, and so maybe that's creating the whole problem. But I've talked to several bankers. I have several customers that are bankers, and they've never heard of that happening to any coin shop, and they wouldn't have done it to us. What they're telling me, unless the cash is, then it's all cash, and that's what they're worried about.
I think it does have to do with cash. There's a YouTube stacker I follow called T the Silver Stacker, and he interviews one of the 3 coin shop owners referred to in that article I sent you. She said, no matter what, there's always going to be a cash system. And I'm just wondering, do you think the banks are sending a message or something?
It could be. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to go to the digital, no matter what it already is digital in most cases. Most businesses, it's credit cards and debit cards. So, and I get a lot of customers using those here. So, and a lot of coin shops don't do that. And so
You mean you accept
credit cards, debit cards, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of my business is done that way. So it's, of course, the credit card company charges a 4% fee, which they don't like that. But if they want to use it, then they pay it.
Yeah. I dig your store. I love how you've got such a variety of stuff in here. That's a huge draw.
Thank you.
Do me a favor and just describe how it's organized.
By type of coins, my buy board's not organized much at all because it's just something sells, we put something new up there, but it's just random stuff we get in that we don't have room for in the cases. It's lower end coins that the younger collectors like, and even older collectors too, but it gets unorganized because if someone buys a coin here, I just grab another coin and put it up there. I don't have the exact same coin to put up there. I try to keep the cases kind of flowing based upon the type of coins they are, and then I try to keep my silver here, my gold over there, and then my slab coins are in the case over here.
And you have quite a variety of books, I notice.
Yes, I basically collect these books all my life. I probably read 90% of them.
Wow.
To learn about the things, and so.
It looks like you've got some storage containers. Is that what this is?
The coin collecting supplies, different types of boxes for rolls and for slabs and scales. I have comic books over there.
I noticed you have comic books too. Any rare ones?
Not in there. My son's a big comic book nerd, so he has all the rare ones.
Cleaned you out?
Yeah.
Is there something in the store right now that you think is kind of cool, that you like personally? If you weren't a coin shop owner, where you'd be like, okay, that's in my stack right now.
Right.
Anything like that?
There's a couple of cool things coming back in from a customer later on today. That there's some old horse racing plaques that were given out to the owners for when their horses won races. So they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
as far as just coins,
you've
got
just
what
stuff
you want
right now.
I get you. I brought a few error coins that I won in a giveaway from a YouTuber named Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles.
Oh, okay.
And as part of the giveaway, he gave me a lot of things that reminded me of your buy wall, and I was wondering if you could take a peek and see if anything jumps out as, oh, that's interesting. Anything interesting?
Well, I like the lamination peels. They've always intrigued me the way the material separates on the coin.
So can you describe that as best you can for noobs like me?
Well, it's kind of like when the material is flat, and it separates because it's different types of material together, and it will separate and peel and like flake off almost. And they still strike over that when they make the coin. It's in the planchet itself. It's already done. It's already there, and it wasn't annealed properly, so it kind of split because it's copper and nickel, in the coin.
So are they taking a layer and then plating it? They're not mixing it as an alloy?
No, it's mixed as an alloy, but it separates because it wasn't consistently in the mixture.
Oh, okay, got you. You know how people have like an emotional connection to their collections. For example, I was looking through your, I don't know what bin that's called, but it had the poured silver and things like that.
Yeah.
What do you call that one?
Premium silver.
Okay. And I know that when I buy one, it's special for whatever reason. And so when I see some in there, I'm thinking, I think someone had to liquidate. My question to you is there an emotional, is there like a story that you remember someone coming in and maybe it was really sad or like a particularly emotional, maybe an exciting moment where someone found something that they didn't think they'd ever find?
Well, that's the one thing, the hardest part about the business is most people come in, something's happened in their life. It's either somebody's passed away, somebody's got a memory care, has Alzheimer's, and they need to sell off, and they don't know what they have. And a lot of this type of thing, they don't know, and they come in, they sell it, they cry, because of the loss of the person, the memory of the person, or they're getting more money they were dreaming they were getting. I've had a lot of people just hug me and walk away crying because they got more than they thought they were going to get. They've been to other shops and they offer them less, and so it's a neat feeling, but it's also a harder feeling at the same time.
So that's a normal thing then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
like
cool.
this lady that was just here. Her dad had passed away. She flew in to help take care of the estate. She hadn't been able to grieve yet because they have to get the house cleaned out, the storage things. He was a hoarder, and so it makes it really hard on her, and so she can't even grieve, and so she's.
Yeah. It sounds like you almost could have a counselor hat too once in a while.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes we call it, bartender, counselor, therapist.
Wow. Yeah. I haven't really heard that angle.
Yeah,
But I can imagine. My granddaughter's going to be 1 in about a month and a half, and then she'll be 2. In the blink of an eye, she'll be 3.
16.
And stop. Just put the brakes on there. I do want to get her into coins at a certain point. Bought her some rounds already for Christmas. What would you say? What would be a cool way to get a kid or kids interested in coins, in numismatics, but also even just stacking?
Well, the coins is pretty, for me, what I do is they come in, most kids, they'll get a couple free coins. It might be foreign coins, it might be a buffalo nickel, or I'll give them some of these blue books from Whitman. I'll give them a more modern one I know they can fill. And if they take it and they look through change, they find it, they fill it, I say bring it back when you get it filled, and I'll give you another one. And so that happens a lot. But for the stacking, it's kind of a tough one because usually the parents are trying to get them towards the stacking, and I let the parent handle that because if I start saying, okay, you're 4 years old, here's a $25 coin, they're not going to know anything. So I recommend the 90% junk silver because it's something they can recognize, and it's a lot cheaper. And so, but yeah.
Great idea. I asked my YouTube community about 2 hours ago, hey, what's one question we might ask Dave? So Liberty Bleeds asks, what does he pay for poured silver pieces? Generic unknowns and also premium well-known brands like Reckless Metals, Merce Metals, and YPS.
Well, I always try to pay more than spot. If it's a hard sell, I'll pay spot. I'm usually always $1 over spot. Some of those things that you looked at earlier today, I probably paid $3 over spot for those because they're cool. Yeah. And the people who are selling those, they're losing money like you talked about before. So I try to help out that way. And if I don't make that much money, that's okay. So
last time I was here, I asked you to show off your bar. Do you happen to have your colorized one with you today?
I just happen to have it.
Really?
I do have one.
We got to show this.
Right there. So.
Okay. All right. Look at this. How cool is that?
We got the other side. Yeah.
That is so amazing. Wow. That is rad. How does somebody get one of those?
Well, actually, they're all sold out.
No.
Yeah, I did a limited run of only 20 of these,
okay.
and yes, I can make more, but I want to keep my word at only 20 of them. So, yeah, they were very popular, and so. That's great. But you have how many do you have of the regular standard ones? I think I have 30 left. You have enough. Okay. So if someone wants to pick one of those up, I could put your lower third contact information, and they can reach out to you. Sure. Yeah. Is there anything that you want to tell my community that I haven't asked you? Anything on your mind? Anything in the world of coins, numismatics, anything interesting? I don't know. Just blow us away with a piece of final going away wisdom. Oh. Let's go have some tacos.
That sounds like a plan. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate your time, man.
Glad to do it, yeah.
Oh, really great. If you enjoyed my conversation with Dave, hit that like button. And if you enjoy content like this, smash that subscribe button. As always, if you leave a comment, well, that'd be icing on the cake. Until next time, I'm Metal Scholar, reminding you to dream big, dream often, and then go do it. Metal Scholar over and out.